morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, we are 11:41 in the UK, so technically, yes, it's still morning. Just made myself a fresh cup of tea. Hope everyone's well. If you're watching later and catch up, make sure you let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Double thumbs up to everyone. If you are watching live or later on at any point, please check that you have subscribed to my channel. Make sure you've also hit the little bell, because the bell is what lets you be notified when I do go live. Why not? It's free. Trevor, I am going to keep using this until you tell me not to. And I will say to you, Trevor, you can keep using double thumbs up as much as you want, because I didn't mind. So, I've got my live tonight, folks. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Gillian. Sorry, I'll go in the comments. Hello, Goldie. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Anne. Hi, Paul. Subscribed. Right. Well, before I'm going to be talking about drugs a little bit. I'm going to be doing my usual, probably 20 minutes, right? But for the first few minutes, I just wanted to say, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell. You'll be notified when I go live spontaneously, as I usually do. I've been trying to grow my YouTube channel, and Trevor Colt massively helped. He got me to over 1,000 subscribers in less than a week, right? Which is amazing. And then over the last 4 days, things have taken a bit of a U-turn. Yesterday, I dropped 12 subscribers. Hooray! Yeah, so 12 people left the channel or unsubscribed. I know folk have said in the comments it's happening to Trevor as well, it's YouTube's fault and stuff. I don't know if I buy that or not, right? I think, certainly for me, I'm fully aware that I'm not everybody's cup of tea and nobody wants to watch some baldy Scottish guy talking about drugs and heroin and other drugs and stuff, right? I'm fully aware of that, so that's my take on it. YouTube, I'm not even on YouTube's radar, to be fair. Trevor will be, of course, because he's got a big channel. I've got an incredibly small channel, and if it continues, if people continue to unsubscribe, I'm going to drop below 1,000 subscribers, and I'm going to have to go with my tails between my legs, and I'm going to have to go back to Trevor and say, Trevor, please help me again, because I've dropped below 1,000. And Trevor will help me. I know he will if I asked. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Well, we'll see, right? We will see. So tonight I've got a live at 7:30 on the channel. I hope everybody watching has set the reminder. It's on the page. The link's set up. How's the weather there? The weather's not too bad. It's a little bit cold. Goldie, but it's not too bad. So please set your reminders for tonight, 7:30. I've got one of my army friends coming on, Sean, who is 1/3 of a Nail in the Fish podcast. I served with Sean in the Scots Guards. He's joining me tonight. It is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about PTSD, mental health, his new podcast, and we're probably going to talk about some funny stories of things that happened in basic training and stuff as well. So it's not going to get too heavy, I don't think. It will just be a chin wag, and hopefully I get the similar numbers to last week. I didn't want to jinx it by saying the number. For those of you that join me, you will see that the attendance on last week's live was amazing, and it was written all over my face how happy I was to have so many people watching me live. Hopefully that happens again tonight. I can hope. Okay, So please set the reminder. If it's no your cup of tea, it's no your cup of tea. That's all right. So, drugs. Yesterday, thank you, Joanne. Yesterday I done the video about heroin, why I started taking heroin and stuff. And today I'm just going to touch on addiction, the addiction side of it, because it should be spoken about. I talk about mind altering drugs. And what do I mean by mind altering drugs? So there's lots of mind altering drugs. So you've got heroin, of course. Cocaine is a mind altering drug. Methadone is a mind altering drug. Gabapentin, pregabalin, Valium, diazepam, your benzos, magic mushrooms, cannabis is a mind altering drug. So, and there's many more. I'm not going to sit here and rattle off a whole list of them. I'm going to really just touch on the ones that I've had experience with. And the ones that I've just mentioned are the ones that I've had issues with in my life. These are all mind altering drugs. So, why would I choose to take those sort of drugs? Because they alter my mind. They offer me a way of escape. Alcohol. Let's not forget alcohol. The most destructive drug in the world. Let's not forget alcohol. Alcohol is a mind-altering drug. Most people can relate to alcohol. So that's the prime example for me to use today. What happens when you drink alcohol? Almost everybody watching this will know. What happens? Something happens, doesn't it? You become tipsy as the alcohol enters the bloodstream, and then you become drunk. You become altered. You've changed. Your whole demeanour changes because of the drug, alcohol. And it feels nice, doesn't it? Otherwise, why else would you be drinking? Unless, of course, you're alcohol dependent. You would be drinking just to feel normal. But, most people are not alcohol dependent, so that's the best way for me to explain, and think about that. It's the same for other drugs. We like the feeling in this altered state. And Joanne's saying you get pissed. You do get pissed, Joanne, it's right. But it's so true. So, these mind-altering drugs, they offer the human being something amazing initially. And what happened with me is I fell in love with the mind-altering drugs because they offered me escape through my reality. That's why I fell in love with these drugs. And I abused all the drugs. All the drugs I could get my hands on, I abused. I loved to be somewhere else. But we can't stay in that state forever. Whether it's heroin or alcohol or cocaine or other drugs, we can't stay there. So what happens is when the drugs wear off, we are tossed and thrown back into our reality. And if, like me, you are thrown into that reality and you do not like your life, right? It is very easy to convince yourself that it is a good idea to go back to the drink again or go back to the heroin again. As soon as those feelings start to rear their ugly heads, it's very easy for human beings to convince, I'm much happier when I'm drinking. I'm much happier when I'm on heroin. I'm much happier when I'm putting cocaine up my nose. And this being straight in my life and it's shit, it's very easy. And that's what people do. And unfortunately, with people doing that, you are likely to become addicted. You are likely to become dependent on that drug, on that feeling. That's what happens. And that's a different kettle of fish, because addiction is an incredibly difficult thing to overcome. Incredibly difficult. Not impossible, obviously, but it's incredibly difficult. But we do, as human beings, we just fall into that rabbit hole, and we find it very difficult to get out. So today I just want to talk about it generalised. I have done other videos specifically about gabapentins and stuff. I'll touch on things briefly. Please hit that like button. Thank you, Goldie. Aye, come on, there's 8 years, there's 6 likes. Let's get it up to 8. 7, somebody just done it. See? Goldie, by you asking people to hit the like button, one person just done it and went from 6 to 7. So we've got one person in here that doesn't want to play ball. There's one of you out there that doesn't want to play. Well, it's my ball and I'm taking it away. There we go. See? They do want to play. Okay, I'm going to bring the ball back. Right? We can all play together now. Thank you, whoever you are. The 8th person there that hit the like. So, yeah, that's brilliant. So what I wanted to, these mind altering drugs and stuff, I just wanted to really make people aware, that addiction is when you have to take drugs to feel normal, that you've got a problem, right? And when I'm trying to convince people to listen to me, to taper off or completely stop taking drugs, you have to remember these mind-altering drugs that I've spoke about are a crutch for the addict. They are relying on alcohol, heroin, cocaine, cannabis every single day. That is the sole focus of their life. That is their medicine to feel normal. For many addicts now, it is not so much of oh, it feels nice, right? Although it still feels nice when you take the drugs. It's a necessity. It's something that has got your mind, for the moment you open your eyes, it's all about the drugs. Your whole life's all about the drugs, in my opinion, in my experience. That's what it was like for me. I guarantee you 100%, I'm not alone. Difference is with me, I speak the truth. I'm not in denial. I'm happy to hold my hands up to all my wrongdoings when it comes to taking drugs and abusing drugs and stuff. Difficult for people that are in that cesspit to do the same. And I understand that, because I used to be that person. I used to be in that dark place and I was in complete denial, and I did not want to listen to anybody tell me that I had a problem. Why would I want to do that? My life is bad enough without having some jumped up little baldy idiot from Scotland telling me that I'm a drug addict. So that was my mindset back when I was using drugs. I wouldn't have listened to anyone, So to try and encourage people to listen to me, drug addicts to listen to me and take on board what I'm saying, I'm banging my head against a brick wall day after day. However, I will continue to try and plant seeds. I will continue to try and help all I can, and I will get through to some people. And I often say, by planting a seed does not mean that necessarily the person is going to take on board anything that I'm saying now. But they might in a week, or a month's time, or a year's time. They might take it on board and say, do you know what, actually, you know, what I'm going through now, and everything that I'm going through, everything he's talking about, I can relate to, because that's so much like me. The denial, the crutch. What happens when you talk about removing a crutch, you know, in real life? A physical crutch. You would fall to the ground, wouldn't you? So when you say to an addict that you're going to remove a crutch, then fear and anxiety take over. That's what happens. The fear and anxiety take over, and you are no longer looking to even contemplate stopping the drugs. You're looking to take the drugs to forget that you are contemplating taking away this crutch that holds you up straight, and it helps you to function every day, and it makes your life bearable, and it makes, you know, and then you start self-talking all the reasons why it's a good idea to take drugs every day, in my opinion. So, yeah, hopefully that's a little bit of an insight for some of you who have never taken drugs, ever. Certainly mind-altering drugs, and became addicted to drugs. You know, it's a little bit of an insight, because that is what it's like, in my opinion. I have to keep saying that, didn't want to offend anyone. So, tonight, 7:30, folks, please go over and hit the bell. You'll be notified, 7:30. Oh, come on, have a little chin wag with Sean. We'll talk about some things. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to his YouTube channel, because he has just started on YouTube, a YouTube podcast channel on here, and I want to help to get him some subscribers tonight, right? I know everybody that is watching me now, if I asked you to, I know you would go over and subscribe, right? So there's 7, because there's 7 people watching right now. So, and I think all 7 of yous, I think, if I asked you tonight, you would go and do it. I don't know if you 7 are going to turn up tonight. Probably not. The 7 that are watching now are not going to be here tonight. Hopefully you are. But hopefully we can get the numbers up, and I can say, come on, please everybody, help me help Sean the way Trevor helped me, by bringing up these lower accounts, and help everybody, just help each other. Doesn't cost any money, it's free. You know, and so that's the plan tonight. We're going to talk about the podcast. We're going to talk about mental health a little bit, talk about some stories of basic training. I was looking for that on your channel but didn't find it. I've not put it up yet, Goldie, but I will be doing that obviously tonight. Whilst we're on live, we will be on promoting it. 27 quid, Joanne. That is so last month. That is so Facebook. I've not done the 27 quid thing since I've been on YouTube. So I'm sorry, right, for anybody that's joining me from Facebook, and you are now joining me on my YouTube channel. I didn't do that anymore. I've not done it once, and I'm not going to do it. It's solely just for Facebook, which I no longer am on at the moment. But, and hopefully, you know, as things go by, I can maybe get enough money and funding to get my StreamYard back, where I can stream to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and my LinkedIn account, and I can go back to the way it was. At the moment, I'm not paying $40 a month. I can't afford $40 a month. I can't justify it right now, folks, but I would like to. I'd like to go back onto my page. I've got 21,000 followers on my Facebook. Many of which will not follow me on YouTube. It's not through lack of me trying. I've asked everybody to come over, and I've had a handful of people come over. Most people will not do it, and they'll never do it, and it's a shame, right? But they're only Facebook. So I would like to continue taking those people on the journey with me, and that would be getting my StreamYard back so that I can come onto YouTube and Facebook at the same time. It's 7:30 tonight, Paul. Dawn. 7:30 tonight. Thank you for all your kind words and support and spurring me forward. Hopefully see you tonight, 7:30, Dawn. Well, there's three. The three is Joanne, Dawn, and Dawn have all came over for Facebook. I know Goldie is from YouTube. I don't know who else is watching. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, all right. But just so you know, I appreciate you coming over for Facebook to join me on my live streams on YouTube. So yeah, that's it. I went over the 20-minute mark. Oh well, I'm sorry. I'm not actually. I can talk for as long as I want. There is no right and wrong answers. People say, I keep it less than 10 minutes. Day between 10 and 15 minutes. Day 15 to 20. At least half an hour. At least an hour. Right. Doesn't work for me to be told what to do. I do what I want. And I talk as much as I want. That's just the way it is. Damn straight, you do what you want, Moody Mother. Thank you. I have to do that. That has to be the way that I live my life. No problem, Paul. Hope to be there tonight. See how it goes. Take care. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. Thank you, Goldie. I'm more positive already. So yeah, positive vibes have been brought to you today by Paul Bogey with his soothing voice. Lola's not even on. Lola thinks I've got a soothing voice. Right, I'm away. Right, I am away. So hopefully I will see you at 7:30. Alright? Adios.